So, with Shohei Ohtani going to the Dodgers, then leads to the question of, apparently, I didn't know this was a question of, biggest impact. So I'm just going to actually backtrack. Ben Verlander was saying yesterday in his segment, he was talking about...
Bad take.
He was talking about Shohei Ohtani being the most important, biggest, most impactful signing ever for the Dodgers. He did go on to say how the Dodgers are now the favorite. Shohei Ohtani is going to be remembered as a Hall of Famer, as a Dodger, similar to how Babe Ruth is always remembered as a Yankee. You don't remember Babe Ruth as a Red Sox, for his time there. That part I understand. Like, the marketing is huge. Movies are going to have Ohtani in a Dodgers uniform versus with the Angels. I understood that. But backtrack. He opened up with saying the most impactful signing for the Dodgers is Shohei Ohtani. Did we hear about Jackie Robinson as the first ever African-American to break the color barrier and have a chance to play in the majors with none other than the Dodgers back in 1947?
Yeah, if you said this about any other franchise in baseball, you'd probably be correct. Any other franchise.
Any other franchise. Any single one. Any.
There is no more significant signing in the history of baseball than Jackie Robinson.
No.
You just don't say that. And literally all 29 other teams, there's probably some pretty big signings, but maybe not as impactful as Shohei Ohtani. The Dodgers are the one team that's like, nope, can't say that. And somebody on the chat says, Ben Verlander is desperately in love with Shohei. Yes, he is, to a borderline concerning level. He sat down and did like a documentary with him, and he's a huge fan. And he promotes him.
It's very cute.
It's
I guess.
Yeah, I get the sense sometimes he might be going through Shohei's trash. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little much.
Ew. So listen. What I don't like about this is there are so many other ways you can say what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
what he was alluding to is that he's one of the bigger signings that they had. He's one of the more impactful because he is. I mean, Shohei Ohtani alone for the international, market that he's going to bring over, the media, the Japanese culture that he brings in.
All of it.
That's even before you get to his actual talents. As an athlete, that he's a trailblazer. He's a pioneer in his own rights. But all aside from any sort of accolades, honors, Hall of Fame, big numbers, breaking records, the most important thing that was broken was the color line. And making sure that instead of having the Negro Leagues and the majors, that now African-American players had the chance to play in the majors as well. And you cannot argue, like you mentioned, the biggest name in baseball ever. It's not about how many home runs you hit or what your ERA is. It's about the fact that you helped to change literally the game for the better. So that take was very...
our country, too.
And our country, Jackie Robinson...
It's bigger than baseball. That's why it's like...
Jackie Robinson and his wife, Rachel, have done so much during the course of their lives for the Black community, minority communities. It is bigger than baseball. Yeah. And so it's a ridiculous take, and it's very out of touch, and it's very unaware to sit up and say...
Did you ever see...
that Ohtani's the biggest, most impactful signing for the Dodgers.
Succession on HBO. Did you watch that?
No.
Well, there's a scene where they're reading a tweet and they're like, bad tweet, bad tweet, bad tweet. I as soon as Tyler sent that Ben Verlander thing, I was like, bad take. Maybe Ben Verlander needs to go to New York and visit the Jackie Robinson Museum or something, because you need to get a little more educated on the fact that Jackie Robinson is a pivotal figure in, like you mentioned, in history, way bigger than baseball or sports for what Jackie Robinson helped to do. So very interesting take, not a good take.